Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or good night, depending on what time you are watching this. What was that? I don't know. I think I just have a lot of energy because I'm excited. You'll know why I'm excited if you ever see the light of another video that I just made. Anyway, what's up? If you're a returning visitor, hey girl or bro. If you are a current subscriber, thank you for coming back and watching. If you are courting me, if you are dating me, if you've not clicked that subscribe button yet, I need you to get with it, friend. I need you to click the subscribe button. I need you to click that like button. And I need you to click that share button. You know why? Because we are spreading the word of the Lord around here. We are spreading the good news of Jesus Christ, and we're spreading the testimonies. We're spreading what the Lord is actually doing, like literally actually doing in people's lives. And we're not spreading lies. We're spreading truth in this hour. And so, help me out with the algorithm and do all of the stuff so we can move forward, okay? Thanks. We're gonna start this video over. I do have a word of the Lord for you. This word is a little interesting because I don't know why the Lord is deciding to constantly talk to me about this. I mean, I know I sing, but like I'm not a singer and I am not in the like entertainment space. I am connected to people that are, so maybe that has something to do with it, but it doesn't matter. Regardless, the Lord continues to share with me his plans as it relates to what I'm about to talk about. Now, before I do that, if you are on the channel, you can go to my channel page and you'll see a playlist. The playlist is called Prophetic Words. If you click it, you'll notice there are about 40 videos in there. What I did is I went back to my old channel and I included previous prophetic words in this playlist. So the name is going to constantly say Karen Cosby, but there are two different channels that are in there, in that playlist. Those are the archived prophetic words. Everything I'm about to say or I'm about to reference, you can find that stuff in those videos. So, let me see. Do I want to say 2015? I'll say in 2022, my first corporate word of the Lord that I shared publicly, the Lord spoke to me about making way for the little man. Making way for the little man. And he said, unstuck, many have been unstuck by your own ideas, fears, and lack of information. You have the vision, but you know not what to do with it. No more. I have come to give you plans, and blueprints. There was some more to that. Again, you can go back and read watch the 2022 Word of the Lord. Looking at the playlist on my channel, I might link it in a card or something above here, one of those. But it said, make way for the little man. And he said the little man is going to be unstuck, and he's giving them blueprints and plans. Let's put a pin in that. In 2023, the word of the Lord for the year on this channel, that one is fairly long, so scroll all. If you don't want to watch all of it, just go all the way to the end of the video where I started to talk about music and movies. And as it related to music, the Lord was saying, pay the artist what they're owed, pay the writer what they're owed, pay up. It's time to pay up. People that haven't been getting what they're owed or what they are due because of bad contracts or people who refuse to pay and you don't have the backing to go to court. Payday is coming. It's time to pay. Pay the artists, pay the writers, pay them what they're actually owed, not what you've been giving them. That was as it relates to music. That was January, when did I get this? That was January 7th, 2023. Now, in that same year, Puff Daddy, yes, I said it, Puff Daddy, 1990s name, Sean Combs, Diddy, what do he call himself? Love him. Because, anyway. In that same year of August 2023, it became public news that he basically paid all them writers and them artists that he hadn't been paying. That was in 2023. Why he did it? I don't know. That's not my business. Lord said pay the artists. Now, do I believe that was a sign that the word of the Lord is true? Absolutely. But do I believe that there was more to that? Yes. Because in the same 2023, was it 23 or 24? It was definitely 2023. We went through a writer's strike in the Hollywood space, in the TV shows. Them babies said, we're not making no movies. We're not making no shows. You're going to pay us. The different guilds were I guess, at odds with each other or at odds with the studios. So the whole idea of pay the artist, all of that was happening around that time. I think it was 2023. It was either 22 or 23, but I think it was 23 when that happened, okay? That's what the Lord said about that. Now, in the same year, or the same prophetic word, January 7th, 2023, as it relates to movies, the Lord said there will be a change of structure in everything because of movies. And you need to go back and watch this word to hear how I explained it. But essentially, a change is coming. Things that will allow the original to rise again. And what that meant was original content. You know how we keep remaking movies that just was released 10 years ago? We don't really have a lot of original content anymore. The movie studios have moved more towards the Marvel cinematic, big movies like that. You don't really see rom-coms anymore. You don't really see, like, you know, old school, like Vince Vaughn, Wedding Crasher type movies anymore. We're losing a lot of the original creation and ideas have been moved out for the sake of movie business, okay? Hear the fullness of that on the 2023 Word of the Lord towards the end of that video. All right, in 2024, okay, in 2024, the Lord spoke again about music, arts, and entertainment. This was the January, when did this come? This was January 2nd, 2024. It was a corporate prophetic word I released on this channel, or it's in that playlist of archived content. And the Lord said, get ready, for the entertainment industry is about to go through a mass overhaul. And he said, from the front to back, every aspect, from distribution to the creation to the contracts where things are filmed, everything will change. Big production companies will no longer have a monopoly. Disney and other major companies will not be the way anymore. The little people, you hear that word? The little people. What did I say about January 11, 2022? That prophetic word said, make way for the little man. All right. So the little people, going back to 2024, are about to rear their heads, and the big people will not have as much weight and volume as they used to. I won't go through the rest of that because it's a lot. Again, you can see the January 2024 Word of the Lord within that playlist, and I'll link that playlist at the end of this video. I talked about movie theaters having to change. I also gave a word to the people who are making content and said, make sure your content is good and of quality. Make sure it's not fluff. Because there has been a lack of integrity for the quality of content. And I said the business models are changing across the board. Then I talked about theaters, and I said the theater, but like not movie theater, stage theater is about to experience a resurgence. I don't know what happened to stage theater. I'm not saying everyone away. I'm just telling you what the Lord told me. And then I said these specific words. I said, we're coming into a time of renaissance. Poetry, music, writing, books, arts. And it's because we've been in a very hard STEM, STEM phase, which is mathematics and science and engineering and tech phase for the last 30 to 40 years. The problem with technology is it makes everyone lose their humanity. Due to this, there is a humanities arts resurgence that will bring a balance to the tech industry. That came in 2024. Now, hear the word of the Lord. Actually, no, toward the end of 2024. And I got to give you all this context so you can understand what the Lord is, what he's doing and what he's saying. And then you can look at the world and see how these things are unfolding. At the end of 2024, I gave 2 words about the gospel music industry. And essentially, I basically said, it's going to change. It's not going to be what it used to be. And the people that have gotten too big for God, even though they keep talking about God, they finna get sat down real good. I mentioned a couple names. I think I recorded the name and then bleeped out the name because that's kind of irrelevant. The whole point was there's a prophetic worship leader that is rising. And I did mention one particular artist as it relates to that because that was like a positive thing. But the Lord gave a word about that. If you want to see that, you can go back to, I think I clipped it and reposted it some point in November 2024, also in that same playlist. Now, let's get to what the Lord had to say February 17th, 2025. It started with a dream. I'm not going to go through the dream, but I did have a dream. And that is how all of this ended up coming to be. The Lord says, Hollywood, your industry is about to collapse. I warn you now, but be sure that it will collapse. But it won't be the end. I do this to make room for the little man. Make room for the little man. He will come forth during this hour of need and bring forth the renaissance of the times. Your machines will no longer turn and they will never come back. Poetry, music, books, the true arts are returning and they will take center stage. Pause. I don't want you to think that just because I said poetry, music, books, the true arts, like that's the only true art. God is just talking about like creativity in general. So if you like to make movies, make your movies, boo. He's just talking about the what's the word? The essence of creativity and artistic expression. Okay, they are returning and they will take center stage. They will speak about and to the hearts of men. So this art that is coming, this renaissance of art, what we're going to see is artistic expression in all of its various formats and mediums will speak about the hearts of men and to the hearts of men. I want to take this moment to encourage those of you that are like, but I don't want to just sing gospel. I'm not saying you have to just sing gospel. You need to follow the leading of the Lord with that. If you're a writer, if you are, if you wake up one morning and say you a singer, then you a singer, girl. I'm sorry. That is Sister X too. My bad. Anyway, encouragement to those of you that don't want to just be in the Christian box. I don't think you have to be in the Christian box, but I do think you need to be led by the Holy Spirit. Okay? I'm not going to police what you can say. No one should be policing what you say except for the Holy Spirit. So seek the Lord in your expression, in your medium, because this art will speak to the hearts of men, but also about the hearts of men. And we know that the hearts of men can have a lot of stuff in there. So we need to prepare ourselves for, like, you know, maybe content that is not what we've considered up to this point church friendly. All right. But you need to be led by God by that. Back to the word. They will be the voice of this new era. Hollywood is done and the little man is here to stay for the time being. The machines will eventually return, but they will not function or operate the way they once did. Then I heard the words mass produce and distributed, meaning they won't mass produce and distribute they won't mass produce in the way that they did anymore. There will be distributed power, no more concentrated power. Do not fear this collapse, my creatives. This is your time to shine. You don't need the big wheel to churn your products. Go out and create. Make what you see and hear and dream without the pressures of centralized power. The people will listen, the people will hear, and the people will buy. Create and produce, with an exclamation point, because he said it all like big. Create and produce. Okay. Now I did ask the Lord, why? Because I woke up with this. Okay. And I was like, why is this so pressing? Why are you waking me up out of my sleep with this? And why do the arts matter to you? Like, why is this a deal? And you know what his answer was? He said, because I'm a creator. Pure and simple. He cares about the arts because he's a creator. Don't that make sense? He cares about the creative arts because he is a creator. Anyway. And then I heard lights out. And I sense that the Lord is saying that the collapse of the industry is about to happen sooner than later. I think that we may see that this year. I've had several dreams that indicate that, and I had those dreams last year. I don't think I really shared any of them with you all, but I do sense that something is happening. I mean, we've already seen like the fires in Hollywood, like in January. So I don't know what else may come. But yeah. And then I heard the Lord say, it's already started. I've taken out what undergirded it. And I saw sticks holding up like a structure. And then I heard the words, and down will come baby, cradle and all. Down will come baby, cradle and all. The nursery rhyme. So then I looked up the nursery rhyme. Here's what the nursery rhyme says. Here's what the original nursery rhyme says. Hush-a-bye, baby, on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. Down tumbles, baby, cradle and all. A note that was originally published in 1765 in the Mother Goose's Melody book that this comes from. The note at the very bottom said, "This may serve as a warning to the proud and ambitious who climb so high that they generally fall at last." That was the note in the book from 1765 to explain what this nursery rhyme, which why are we singing this, babies? But to explain what this nursery rhyme actually meant. It's essentially about pride. You got to be big for yourself, and I believe that's what the Lord is saying. I've already started it. That industry got way too big for itself, and I'm about to usher in a renaissance of pure creativity and not what they have made it to be. That is essentially the word of the Lord, and that's it. That's all I got for y'all. So if you know somebody who's a creative, who's like, but me, share this with them, encourage them in the Lord, and let them know the Lord sees them and is moving pieces and making way for the little man, so the little man can create and he can produce. Now, real quick, I'm gonna tell you what I saw in my dream. What I saw in my dream was, I won't go into too much detail, but there were two men in my dream that were working on some kind of video thing. What I saw at the bottom was the red bar that you typically see like on YouTube videos when you have it paused or when you're fast forwarding or rewinding. And I understand that to mean that you're going to create, but you don't need the big machines in that. And when I say machines, I'm talking about the big companies, Lionsgate, Disney, and all these big studios. You don't need it. And I know that looked like YouTube, but to me, I took that as there are ways right now that you can make your content. Our cell phones are so much better than they used to be. Like, you can use a phone to make your content. You just need to be a little bit, creative in how you get it done. But there are platforms that you can post for free. You don't have to wait on a big machine. And in 2022, the Lord said he was giving you plans and blueprints. And the only thing that was stopping you was your fear and your intimidation of being able to do more. So follow the leading of the Lord, okay? Follow the leading of the Lord. But you creatives, you singers, you songwriters, you musicians, you producers, you directors, you movie writers, script writers, you artists, actual physical artists, graphic designers, any form of creativity, hop to it. Book writers and poetry writers and spoken word people, hop to it. The Lord is backing you right now. He wants you to usher in a new renaissance. So I hope that was encouraging for you. That's all I got for this video. Again, if you liked it, please share, please like, please comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.